Welcome! This lesson will demonstrate how to add music to your PowerPoint presentation. Now, if you forgot how many seconds your presentation is, you could go ahead and go to the transitions, and you might want to actually round off the seconds so that it's easier to add up. So just visit each one and then you can add up those seconds. You could also go into view mode and choose slide sorter, and you can see the number of seconds to add them up. I'm going to go ahead and add up the seconds for all of them except for credits at this time. After adding up the seconds, I came up with 68. I have found that the number of seconds that I need for this presentation would be an additional 10 seconds added to that number. So if it's 68 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and add 10 more seconds and get that in Audacity because I want the music to fade out as the last slide is done. So let's go ahead and go to a site. In this case, we're going to go to JewelBeat to get free music. JewelBeat allows you to use their music as long as you credit them. So I'll go ahead and click on download, and I might choose motivation. When this pops up, go ahead and deselect the ones that cost, unless you want to spend 99 cents, which is very reasonable for the kind of music that you can get. So I'll go ahead and just make sure that free music is selected, and I'll choose update. I'm going to go ahead and listen to these songs to see which ones I want to use for my presentation. When you find a song that you like, go ahead and click on free download. Notice at the bottom, now keep in mind this is Internet Explorer. Browsers are different when you download songs from the site. In this case, click on this drop down arrow next to save, choose save as, and then locate your PowerPoint folder to save this wonderful song. And I'll go ahead and leave work continues, or maybe I'll just call it main song. Now I'm going to go ahead and get one for credits. So I found another song that I'm going to use for credits. I'll click free download. I'll choose save as and call this one credits. I am now ready to demonstrate how to add these songs to the PowerPoint presentation. So what you want to do is go ahead and go to the start menu and open up Audacity. If you don't have Audacity, then you don't even have to go through this process of clipping the music. I will go to File, Open, and I'll open up the main song. It looks like it's already fading in, so that's great. And remember earlier we said I needed 78 seconds. That would be 1 minute and 18 seconds. So I'll come here and I'll go to roughly 1 minute 18 seconds. With that selection, I'll hit the delete key of the keyboard. I will then select a few of the last seconds. With that selected, I'll go to Effect, Fade Out. I'm now going to resave it, File, Export, and in this case you can export it as a WAV. Its default seems to be WAV. Locate the folder with the presentation and rename it. And I'll go ahead and call this one Main Song 2 maybe. I want to keep the original in case I make errors. I will still have the original song if necessary. I will now click Save and say OK to this window and go ahead and open up your presentation. I'm going to go back to the view mode and choose Normal. I'll click on that first slide. I will then choose Insert, Audio, and in this case, Audio from File. Locate that folder that has the song that you just faded out and go ahead and click on that. Go ahead and click on the sound icon. I'm just going to move it even though I will hide it. Choose the playback option at the top of the menu. Where it says Start, choose Automatically and then choose Hide it during show and then rewind after playing. Because what's going to happen is you're going to set it up to where the presentation will play all the way through and it will continue to repeat itself until you hit the escape button. So it could literally play all day until the escape button is selected. So now what you want to do is click on Animations, then choose Animation Pane. What's going to happen is the song is going to be the third thing to happen. You want it to be the first thing that happens in the presentation. So click on that, and at the bottom there's a reorder option. Click on the reorder until the song is at the top in the animations. Then you want to click on the drop down arrow and choose Effect option. You're going to choose Stop Playing After. In this case, the music should play through 11 slides because the last slide, which is number 12, is going to have a different song which has the credits. So go ahead and choose where you want the sound to stop and say OK. Now I'm going to go ahead and test it to make sure it works. Even though I added an additional 10 seconds, it wasn't enough. So I'll return to Audacity and I'll do Control-Z twice. And I'm going to add a few more seconds and repeat the steps that I just did because I want this to be perfect. So I'll go ahead and add a few more seconds and reset that sound up. I will go ahead and delete that sound icon and repeat the steps to add the song. For the credits, what you might want to do is go to View and revisit the slide sorter, and it says that for credits it's 16 seconds. I'm going to go back to normal, and I'm going to go ahead on that last slide. I'm going to choose Insert, then Sound from File, and I'll locate that credits song. Also, do note that I did credit Jewel Beat for using their music. What you want to do is go back into the animation pane and make sure that the song comes out before anything else by reordering it to the top. Now in this case, the method I'm about to demonstrate works on one slide only. So go ahead and click on that sound icon, go to the playback option, and I'm going to go ahead and have it fade in maybe at 1.25 for both. I'm going to hide the sound icon. It's going to start automatically. You could rewind after playing. Then go to Trim Audio. So you could have it start at the beginning and then trim this back, in this case to roughly 16 seconds, because that's how long the credits are lasting. Once you've done that, go ahead and say OK. Now to test it, go to the slide before the credits, go to Slideshow, and choose from Current Slide to test it. When testing the presentation, the music was great. However, it required me to click to get the credits. This is a problem. So I'm going to go back into the animation pane, click on the drop down arrow of the transition, and notice it says Start on Click. Choose Start with Previous, and you shouldn't have that problem. I have demonstrated how to add music throughout all the slides, have it fade out on the last slide before the credits pop up, and then a new song was added to the credits page. You are now ready to finalize your presentation by clicking on the slideshow option at the top, choose Setup Slideshow, and under Show Options, click on Loop Continuously until Escape. Say OK, test your presentation, and then you are ready to go. Until next time, you have a fabulous day.